Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we are in our third and final commentary of the night. And this is going to be a really good one. The Edmonton Oilers facing off against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Connor McDavid versus Nikita Kucherov. This is going to be an absolutely incredible matchup. I did see that stat, King. I did see that stat. Let's get into the game preview here super duper quickly. You take a look at the standings between these two teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning, 42, 21, and 4, 88 points this season. They are chasing Buffalo for that first place spot in the Atlantic Division. On the other side, you have the Oilers, who are 34, 27, and 9 for 77 points. And they are second in the Pacific Division, looking to get to that first place spot, 3 points back of the Anaheim Ducks. And this is a game that I have had marked on my calendar for a while. I am looking forward to this one tonight here. And right now, the anthems are going on. And again, I've had this one marked on my calendar for a while. It's going to be a really fun game because of the fact that, again, it's the arguably two of the best players in the NHL facing off against each other. It doesn't get much better than this. McDavid versus Kucherov, Bouchard versus Radish, which has been two very active offensive defensemen there as well here tonight. It's been very fun to watch those two play throughout separate games this season, so I'm really looking forward to that. Starting goaltenders here tonight, Andrei Vasilevskiy taking the net against Connor Ingram. Vasilevskiy had a very good night against the Vancouver Canucks on Thursday, got them the 6-2 win, and now we move into this one here, and we'll see how well he shuts down the top players in the Atlantic Division and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good Saturday night ad. Yes, sir. Yeah, hopefully this will be a good call. I'm really looking forward to this one. McDavid versus Kucherov. Does it really get any better than this? I'm so excited. So it's Andrei Vasilevskiy versus Connor Ingram as the two goaltenders facing off here tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. So anthems currently going on right now, and then we'll get on with puck drop. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. This is going to be a really good one here tonight. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Two of the best players in the NHL. Kind of like Tampa Bay minus a goal, though. We'll have to see. We will have to see. As the anthem comes to a close here in just a moment. Coming from a Red Wing fan. Yeah, you guys got to beat Boston. You guys have to beat Boston. Ottawa's on your tail. Third period. You're tied at 1. We'll see if you guys can win it. And the anthem has concluded here in Edmonton in Rogers Place. And now we get ready for a matchup we only see twice a year. The first time these two teams faced off, it was a thriller 2-1 overtime win. Starting goaltenders here, Andrei Vasilevskiy in net for Tampa, 32, 12, and 3, a 2.29 and a .914. On the other side is their newly named starter, Connor Ingram, with a record of 11, 7, and 2, a 2.77 and a .892 save percentage. And now we shall see who gets this win tonight. It is McDavid versus Kucherov. And it's going to be a really fun one here tonight. It's a matchup between the Edmonton Oilers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Bolts into the own zone, then dumped down low quickly by Eric Chernak. Pontus Holmberg battling forward then alongside Connor Murphy. 3-on-2 developing here. Josh Szymanski will dump this one down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Behind the net then with that puck is Ryan McDonough. Cleared all the way back to center. Gergensons will dump it down low. Grabbing it back then is Jake Wallman behind the Edmonton net. Up to Matt Savoy. Here's Jack Roslovic now down the right side. We'll move this one through center. Shot on there goes Wada Vasilevsky. Oilers are coming off of a 4-0 shutout loss against the Florida Panthers on Thursday. Lightning are coming off of a 6-2 win over the Vancouver Canucks on Thursday as well. We were live for that game on Thursday. The Bolts played very, very well. Kapanen will battle for that puck then on the right side. Back over for Darren Radish. Radish will clear this one off the boards to center. Braden Point back to J.J. Moser. Now Jake Gensel back over to Point. Braden Point on the right side will fire this one down low behind the net. Then Oilers trying to get it back. Here's Podkolzin. Backhanding it all the way back down low, then into the Tampa Bay zone. Vasilevsky gives it back then for Radish. Darren Radish holds it behind the net then for Tampa Bay. Radish up to Gensel. Jake Gensel now carries it through center. He'll bank it off the boards and back down low. Now Bouchard on the right side, cleared back to center. Brandon Hagel holds it now for Tampa Bay. Hagel down low to Sorelli, chipped off the boards and back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard up to Zach Hyman. Hyman races it now with speed. He'll dump it down low into the Tampa Bay end. Chernak around the right side. Back up then for Anthony Sorelli. Played back through center. Then Hagel cross-ice pass to McDonough, who can't get it clearly on his skates. Hyman tried to poke check at the center, stolen back to Mike Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov shoots it into the chest of Connor Ingram. And we are off it early. Shots are 2-1 here in favor of the Oilers. And some great opportunities there on both sides. Stick around in the stream, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It'll help out with the engagement. Brings more people into the commentary stream. Face-off in the Edmonton zone. One with the Bolt shot on is blocked. It's deflected up in the air then by Paul. Down low in the corner then Adam Henrique. Back on the right side then. Henrique will feed a pass to center. Cleared back down low then into the Tampa Bay zone. Emil Lilleberg slots in the lineup tonight here for the Bolts. Wearing a full helmet cage. Edmonton gets it back on the right side. Henrique up top then. Wallman a shot. Deflects up in the air and stays in play. Henrique around then behind the net. Caleb Jones battling for it then with Lilleberg as well. He can't get that one free. It's cleared back to center. Here's Jack Roslovic. Deeks down the right side. Roslovic gets held off the puck there by Lilleberg. Great defensive play there by Emil Lilleberg. Roslovic back over then to Matt Savoy. Savoy up top. Roslovic a shot. And that one goes wide. Corey Perry now will dump this one back into the Edmonton zone. And picked up by Connor Murphy. Murphy cross-ice pass to Savoy. He's held off that puck. Now Chernak picks it up behind the Tampa Bay net. Over then for Gonzalez. Stopped then by the Oilers. Lightning get it back then at center. Here's Braden Point. Down the right side. Backhands it down low then into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse. Back over then for Savoy. Savoy will backhand it into the Tampa Bay end. Shots are 3-2 here in favor of the Oilers to start this one out. Jake Gensel now carries it down the right side. Will bank it back into the Edmonton zone. Now Bouchard battling for it on the right side. Here's Braden Point. Feeds it up top. Moser. Cross-ice pass. Radish shoots it. And that one is blocked. Edmonton will try and clear. Ekholm up ahead for McDavid. McDavid one-on-one comes in. Shoots it off the post. He had Vasilevsky beat and hit it off the post. Gensel feeds it back to center. Gonzalez battling for it. Puck slides it on Ingram. He'll make the save. Bouchard. Back over then on the right side. Grabbed back then by the Lightning. Hagel battling for it on the right side then. Matthias Ekholm. Over then to Nugent Hopkins. Drop back down low then for Ekholm. Cleared all the way back to center. Ryan McDonough back to Anthony Sorelli. Hagel dumps it down low then into the Edmonton zone. Shots are 3 apiece here in this opening period so far. Hagel on the right side up top. Shot! And Kucherov fires it wide. McDonough pass over. Broken up. Kucherov to Chernak. Back to Hagel. Down low. Kucherov a shot. And that one goes wide of Ingram. Here's Hagel. Behind the net then. Battling forward with Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm then off the boards to Connor McDavid. McDavid, he'll speed around Chernak. Comes down the right side. Forced behind the net by Chernak. Great defensive play. I thought he got around him just barely, but couldn't get around him completely. Whistle blown here as the puck goes up and out of play. This is a really fast game, really fast start so far. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And a really fast-paced game here already. Shots now 4-3 in favor of Tampa Bay. And this is what we expected. Again, these are two teams that can move. They have a lot of speed. No surprise that this one's off and running fast. Here's Yanni Gourde taking the draw then against Adam Henrique in the Edmonton zone. 14:46 left to go in this first period. Faceoff is won back by the Oilers. Wallman tries to clear it off the boards. It's kept in then by Holmberg. Adam Henrique behind the net. Grab back and banked off the boards to center. Henrique will dump it down low. Max Jones racing for that puck. It was very clearly offsides, but anyway. Tampa Bay trying to steal this one to clear the other way. Pontus Holmberg regrouping now. Banked off the boards to center. Here's Yanni Gourde down the right side. We'll throw this one behind the Edmonton net. Holmberg back over to Henrique. 2-on-2 the other way. Try to backhand that one down low. It's stolen back then by Tampa Bay as Radish will hold it back behind the Lightning net. Less than 14 minutes to go in the first. Puck is deflected in the air and back into the Edmonton zone. Behind the net then, Bjorkstrand. Battling for with Murphy. Perry, down low. Clears it around behind the net, then up top to Moser. Moser, cross-ice pass. Radish shoots it into the glove of Connor Ingram. And the physicality continues here. And we still get plenty of offensive opportunities here for Tampa Bay. Again, it's a fun matchup here because, again, you're seeing Evan Bouchard versus Darren Radish. Connor McDavid versus Nikita Kucherov. And we will head to commercial break here for the first time tonight. Scoreless here in Edmonton. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Shots are 5-3 in favor of Tampa Bay. Let's go over the status report here. Revolving around these two teams, the projected lineup per NHL.com. As I click on the wrong tab again. All right, status report. This one's a long one. Hedman will not play. He left after the first period of the 6-2 win against the Canucks on Thursday. That is correct. He was not on the ice for the second or third. Lilleberg will return after missing 8 games because of a facial fracture sustained during practice on the 4th. He will wear a face shield. That is also correct. I've seen him out here with a face shield on the ice. The Oilers had an optional morning skate. Emberson is returning to the lineup after missing 5 games with an undisclosed injury. Spencer Stastny comes out. There is no update on Frederick, who is out indefinitely after leaving the second period against Florida. And Robbie Jarventi is making his Edmonton Oilers debut in his place. So, fun little guy there playing in the game tonight. Robbie Jarventi there for the Edmonton Oilers. So, we'll do a little bit of a player profile. Jarventi is wearing number 15 for Edmonton. He's on the 4th line there. He was previously an Ottawa Senators prospect. So, he was down with the Ottawa Senators. He was traded to the Oilers, I believe, recently. Playing in just his 8th career NHL game after not playing in the NHL since 23-24 with Ottawa. And Jarventi's been down below in the American Hockey League with the Bakersfield Condors. 36 points in 52 games played with Jarventi down there. So, there you go. he is here tonight making his Edmonton debut. I don't imagine we'll see him that much on the ice, but there's a guy who could be interesting. Face off here in the Edmonton zone, won by Tampa Bay. Shot on his block, rebound there for Gensel, a shot, and that one goes wide. Here's Bouchard now down below the line. Evan Bouchard carries it through center, pass up ahead then for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins down the right side, backhands it down low to the corner. Radish fighting with Hyman. McDavid is there as well. Now J.J. Moser off the boards. McDavid stolen back then by the Bolts. Gensel, cross ice pass to Point. Point back over then to Ekholm. Ekholm tries to dump it off the boards then. Here's Point. Battling for it on the right side. Gets tied off that puck. J.J. Moser. Back over to Point. Point at the point then Radish. Down low. Point in front. And that one is blocked. Oilers will clear to center. Tampa Bay will regroup then on the right side. Moser will gain the line and dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse behind the net then for the Oilers. Nurse. Back up then on the right side. Backhanding that one down low into the zone is Vasily Podkolzin. Jason Dickinson is there as well. Passing over Kapanen. And he jabs at that puck on Vasilevsky. Too much traffic in front. Destus will clear that one to center. Now Cirelli takes it back the other way. Cirelli will dump it down low then into the Edmonton zone on the right side then. Kapanen, cross ice pass. Through his legs, Podkolzin. Dump back into the Tampa Bay zone. Delayed offsides against the Oilers. About 8 minutes gone here in this opening period. Shots are 5-4 in favor of the Bolts. Paul. Back over then to Hagel. Puck is cleared back into the Edmonton zone. Emberson picks it up. Gives it back down low then for Wallman. I think the Oilers wanted an icing there. Wallman. Chip back down low. Racing forward with speed then is Adam Henrique. Battling forward with Chernak. Max Jones is there as well. Bolts will get the puck and clear it back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Icing against the Lightning. So off to a fast start here. Just offense on both sides. It's one of those fun games. Face off in the Tampa Bay zone then is one back by the Bolts. Corey Perry will clear this one all the way back down low there on Ingram. Ingram back over to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. Played up to Nuge. McDavid with speed. Dekes around Moser in front. Denied by Vasilevsky. Now Nuge's shot. Saved there by Vasilevsky as well. McDavid nearly had a highlight reel goal, but he could not convert. Gergensons. Back over to Radish. Connor Ingram out of his own net to play that puck. Then down low. Ekholm to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Matthias Ekholm. Then down low. Here come the Oilers now through center. Hyman to McDavid. McDavid backhand pass then to Nuge. Up top, Wallman wires it. And that one goes wide. And out of play as well. What a play by Connor McDavid to get to the front there on Andre Vasilevsky. He cannot convert those, sadly, but there's the best player in the world doing what we know he can do. What an offensive play that was. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below. Face off in the Tampa Bay zone. Shots are dead even, 5 apiece. Here with 10:50 to go in this first period. It is Roslovic taking the draw then against Point. The face-off is won back then by the Lightning. Radish clipped off the boards and out of play. Face-off coming up now in the Tampa Bay zone. Point will take the draw for the Bolts against Szymanski. Off the draw, Edmonton wins it. Savoy tried to get a shot on, it's blocked. Savoy back to Roslovic. Jack Roslovic on the right side, then back to Savoy. Gensel, stolen back then for Lilleberg. Lilleberg over then to Gonzalez. Szymanski Off the boards then for Roslovic. Jack Roslovic now will carry this one through center. Szymanski dumps it down low. Roslovic trying to feed a pass in front. Destus. Back over to Gensel. Gensel cross ice pass to Braden Point. Point tried to deke around Nurse. We'll backhand this one down low. Gensel up top to Moser. Moser try to bank it down low. Radish down low shot is blocked through the traffic. The last two times these teams played against each other, it was a close 2-1 win for Tampa Bay back in early December. Here's Darren Radish. Will bank this one all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Connor Ingram gives it back over to Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekholm. 9.5 minutes to go here in this opening period. Vasilevsky out of his own net then will clear it back to center. Puck is dumped all the way back down low into the Edmonton zone. Grabbing it then with speed is Kasperi Kapanen. He'll loop around McDonough. Kapanen pass down low, deflected in the air. Wallman was battling for it. He gets it back. Cross ice pass deflected in the air and out of play. 9:07 to go. Connor McDavid with a great offensive zone chance in this primetime matchup. Shot 6-5 in favor of the Bolts. We are still scoreless. So after tonight, we will not be live again until Thursday of next week. Sadly, with the way my commentary schedule goes, I will not be able to stream. Stupid Royals game on Wednesday. I have work on Monday and Tuesday. But then after that, we will be good to go for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Whew. Third stream of the day. I'm feeling good. I am feeling great. Score predictions, think 4-3 Oilers in overtime. I'm going to say that too. I'll say 4-3 Edmonton in overtime. Showing off Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, I think the Oilers will win. We'll see. They like to win game, lose. Darnell Nurse dumps it down low in the corner. Wallman versus Cirelli. Down low battling for it as well as Dickinson. Dickinson trying to get that puck loose. It's still tied up in the corner. Radish is there as well alongside Cirelli. Radish gets that puck free finally. Back up then for Hagel. Hagel back to Radish. We'll play this one then through center. Drop back to Cirelli. Anthony Cirelli carries that puck into the zone. He collides with Nurse. Now Jason Dickinson off the boards. Cleared back to center. Edmonton grabs it. Podkolzin fighting with Hagel. Kucherov steals it back into the Edmonton zone to Hagel in front, and he couldn't get it on. Now Dickinson battling with Hagel in front. Point! Can't get the backhand on. Great play by Connor Murphy. Up to the point then. Chernak off the bench. Back over to Darnell Nurse. Nurse will clear this one back to center. J.J. Moser back up to point. Point to Kucherov. Shot on there by Ingram. Deflects up in the air and wide. Bouchard Fighting with point. Back over to Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Kind of falls on his feet there a little bit. Gets back up and moves it now through center. McDavid with speed. Looks for options. Cross-ice pass. Broken up then by the Bolts. Yanni Gourde. Cross-ice pass then to Gonzalez. Puck will slide back down low into the Edmonton zone. Gonzalez up top. Broken up then by McDonough. McDonough dumps it down low then into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm versus Bouchard. Lightning keep it in. Gensel a shot. Saved by Ingram. Yanni Gourde on the right side will fire this one down low to the corner. Gonzalez. Tied up there by Bouchard. McDavid up top to McDonough. Backhand by Gourde, a shot. That one goes wide. Behind the net then, Gourde feeds it back up top. McDonough drive as well. And that one is also wide. Plenty of offensive zone chances here for both sides. Puck is banked back off the boards through center. McDavid trying to get on a break the other way. Lightning take it back. Gourde battling for it then with Wallman. Cross-ice pass through center. Backhanded into the zone then by Jarventi. Down low on the right side. Holmberg to Jarventi. Feeds it up in the air. Puck goes up and out of play. Face-off will come in the Edmonton zone. Yeah, Jarventi playing in his first NHL game since the 23-24 season. That was 2 seasons ago. So pretty cool there for the Edmonton rookie. Face-off coming up. We got a long way to overtime, dude. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone. Paul versus Roslovic. 6:26 to go. Face-off is won then by the Bolts. Roslovic down low to Savoy. Savoy dumps it around then behind the net up top to Wallman. Wallman to Roslovic in front. And Savoy fires it off of Vazzy and out of play. That was a grade A opportunity. But alas, he could not convert. And that was a great chance there for Matt Savoy. But he could not get it past one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. Arguably the best goaltender in the NHL. And Andrei Vasilevsky. 3-1 in his last 4 starts. .918 save percentage. Face off. In the Tampa Bay zone. Close enough. Is won back then by Edmonton. Below the line, Matthias Ekholm. Down low then to Charles Destus. On the right side then, Gensel tries to clear it out. Destus will pick it back up then for the Bolts. Bouchard in front, McDavid. Back down low. Nugent shot saved there by Vazzy. On the right side, Gage Gonzalez. Taken back then by Lilleberg. Lilleberg will clear it back into the Edmonton zone. Just wide of Ingram. Icing. Great opportunity there for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to try and make this a 1-0 lead for Edmonton. Shots are dead even, 8 apiece. Both teams have played very well. It's been back and forth. It's been a lot of fun. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone. Point versus McDavid. Face-off is won by the Oilers. McDavid behind the net. Loops around then. Try to feed a pass in front. He'll backhand it up top then. Ekholm fires it down low into the corner. Destus gets it back then for the Lightning. Puck goes up in the air and out of play. 5.5 to go here in period number 1. Plenty of pressure from both sides. It's been a very even game so far. Still scoreless after 1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. This is our 3rd of 3 live commentaries today. We've been live for a while tonight. It's been a fun couple of hours. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Oh boy, Love Island on my screen. Wait, no, this is American Idol. Why did I think this was Love Island? Huh. I believe in myself. I can do this. Never liked shows like this. All right, back from commercial break. Hockey night in Canada here. Look at your point leaders. McDavid, 115 points this season. Kucherov, 114. So these two players are right neck and neck for that leading spot in points for that Art Ross trophy. Sometimes they would honestly tell you it doesn't mean a damn thing, which kind of is true when you think about it. But it is cool to have one. Have an award, that is, Art Ross. 5:29 left to go here in this opening period. Still scoreless. Face-off is won back then by the Oilers. Wallman shoots it. Saved there by Vasilevsky. Down low in the corner then. Max Jones battling forward with McDonough. Yanni Gourde up top. Emberson denied by Vazzy with the pad. Holmberg off the boards to center. Gergenson's battling for it then with Emberson. Ty Emberson down low then fighting with Gourde. Kucherov battling for it on the right side. Jarventi there as well. Trying to get that one free. Jones will clear this one to center. Back over to Ryan McDonough. McDonough will clear it back into the Edmonton zone. Nurse to Emberson. Back to McDonough down low in the corner. Dickinson battling for it as well. Nurse on the right side. Stolen back then by the Lightning, who fired it wide. Now here's Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen down low in the Edmonton zone. Gives it back over then on the right side for Podkolzin. Set up then for Kapanen. Kapanen moves to center. Fans on the shot. And Cirelli takes it back then for the Lightning to center. Hagel battling for it then the Kucherov. Picked up then by the Oilers. Here's Kapanen. Second chance. He fumbles that one as well. He got knocked into there by Radish. And speaking of Radish, here he comes the other way. Radish into the Edmonton zone. Cross-ice pass. Hagel dekes in. Back over to Kucherov. Up top. Shot goes wide. Kucherov, another chance there. He fans on that puck. Radish, 90-mile-an-hour shot. We know he has an absolute missile. Moser off the boards then for Braden Point. Point backhanded down low then for Gensel. Jay Gensel will clear this one up top. Lilleberg to Gensel. Gensel shoots it. Blocked in front. Still jabbing at that puck. Lilleberg down the right side then below the line. Emil Lilleberg fighting for it then with Szymanski. Gensel trying to get to it as well. Pass up to the point that D'Souza shot. And that one goes wide as well. Lilleberg battling for it then with Savoy. Up to the point then. Point to D'Souza. To the Deuce to Gonzalez's shot. That one is blocked. Bouchard battling for it on the right side. Then Matthias Ekholm will clear it to center. 3 minutes to go here in this opening period. Gonzalez comes in. Dekes around. Loses the puck. Ekholm steals it back down low. Bouchard back up to Nugent Hopkins. Through center. Roslovic to McDavid. Try to get around Moser, who broke it up. J.J. Moser. Cross-ice pass to Radish. Radish backhands it in there on Ingram, who makes the save. Bouchard gets knocked down low. McDavid back to Wallman. Wallman, turnover! He nearly put it into his own net. Wallman poke checks it around Radish. Radish still battling for that puck. Connor McDavid down low in the corner, tried to grab it, battling for with Hagel. It's been a very physical, very back and forth kind of game. Shots from both teams. Here come the Oilers the other way. Hyman nearly got sent on a 1-0 breakaway. It'll slide in there on Vasilevsky, who gives it back to Chernak. Chernak will chip it off the boards. Edmonton will take it the other way. McDavid dumps it down low then into the Tampa Bay zone. Chernak over then for Moser. J.J. Moser will dump it down low then into the Edmonton zone. Point Down low in the corner, then battling for it is Oliver Bjorkstrand. Perry, up to the point. McDonough shot, and that one is blocked. Up top, Chernak. Clears it around, down low to the corner. Darnell Nurse, fighting with Nick Paul. Below the line, then Henrique. Cleared back over to Jones. Now Paul down low in the corner. Henrique back up top, then Chernak. Waits. Pass down low, a shot goes just wide of Ingram. Now McDonough behind the net, then to Perry. Huge hit in the corner by Darnell Nurse. Bjorkstrand down low. He scored most of his goals on the power play. Last minute of play now in this opening period. Jones will chip this one off the boards back into the Tampa Bay zone. Grabbed back then by Lilleberg. Lilleberg down the right side. Knocked down low then by Bouchard. Dickinson picks it up then for the Oilers. Ekholm, cross-ice pass. Through center then with speed, Podkolzin. Backhands it around behind the net then for Kapanen. Kapanen fighting with Dickinson. In the corner, Gensel. Back over then to Gonzalez. Bolts will get it back on the right side. Destus. Chipped all the way back down low to the Edmonton zone. Icing against Tampa. Constant back and forth action here these last couple minutes. And nearly done this opening period. Jake Wallman, a near turnover there, which could have been fatal. Shots are 10-8. Faceoff's going to come in the Tampa Bay zone. It's Braden Point versus Connor McDavid. Pretty good matchup there, if I do say so myself. Faceoff is won back then by Edmonton. Bouchard shoots it, and that's blocked. Another chance. He scores! Evan Bouchard from the point. And the Oilers lead 1-0. It may have been tapped in front. I'm not exactly sure. I think Connor McDavid might have got the tip. He's the first in the lineup in the handshake line. And we'll see this replay here. But Bouchard fires it, misses the puck, takes another chance. McDavid gets the tuck. So it looks like it will be Connor McDavid's goal in the final minute of play. And the Oilers have taken a 1-0 lead. We'll see what they say after they review that goal and see how it counts. But regardless of who it is, the Oilers have taken a 1-0 lead. Kucherov battling for it then with Hagel. Oilers will carry it now through center. Dickinson gets it away. Back over then to Podkolzin. It will clear it back into the Tampa Bay zone. It'll slide wide of Vasilevsky, and that will run down the clock to end this opening period. Whether it was McDavid or Bouchard, the Oilers have a goal. It's 1-0 Edmonton through 20 minutes of play. That was a great first period. Very even, back and forth opportunities for both sides. That was a lot of fun. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second period. So you can count down for that. What a first period that was. It looks like Bouchard's going to get credit with the goal. We'll see who exactly has it in a couple minutes here, but it does look like Bouchard. So we'll take a breather here. Thank you all for tuning in. This is my third straight commentary of the day, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit laggy at points. I usually get to that at this time. There hasn't been a ton of triple headers this season for me. I think this is like our 4th one all year. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in again. I greatly appreciate it. Evan Bouchard gives the Oilers the early 1-0 lead. This is the only 10 p.m. game here on the schedule tonight. There are no games that are later than that or along this side. Right on, Oilers. Yes, sir. So, yeah, 1-0 lead for Edmonton after 20 minutes of play. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I'm definitely dragging here, I can tell. Dragging in this commentary. But regardless of that, we are locked in. And still enjoying it regardless. Simone Benoit gets his first Watch with Nordic point.
It's brought to you by Rogers Xfinity. Get Canada's most reliable internet. This intermission brought to you by Wagovi. Visit wagovi.ca for...
If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, comment them in the comment section down below. We will discuss. Feeling a bit tired, not going to lie.
Here, 2001, 25 years ago, are two hot-shot hockey players in their NHL entry draft at Sunrise, Florida. Colby to the Pittsburgh Penguins. How young everybody looks.
William Nylander with another point earlier.
A sniper too, but first NHL goal right there. Kevin, you went in the same draft, so might as well see yours. Oh, nice. First NHL goal after it survived the night out at Marcus Naslin's house with too much Gatorade. That's right. Now, what's neat about this, first full day of spring, we commemorate 25 years and your excellence in hockey. And this is the season of renewal. There's a Bieksa and an Armstrong carrying on the tradition. Cole's at pictures. Isn't that great? Cruz. Cole's usually number 20 also. Like, Cruz is 20 there, right? Yeah. Yes. And Cole's a 20 after all. Why does he like 20? Because of me. Yeah, and I tried to convince him, like, you be yourself. Like, get your own number. He's like, I like 20. So I said, okay, go for it. That's funny. My son never wanted to wear 3 as well. Obviously, it's a different position, but he always wanted to be his own.
Pinto. Just updating the stat sheet here real quick, guys.
Let's ask the lives. Okay, Connor McDavid to the rescue there. Colby, what about you? Well, yeah, I mean, looking at Edmonton, right? And
My volume is up pretty high. I can't lie. Where is my remote? Is it over here? Nope. Is it down here? It's over here. Here's on my bed. All right, there we go.
I was actually on the podcast, Colby. Elliott and Kyle mentioned 4-12 this year. Games when McDavid hasn't been playing. They cannot seem to win unless he's on. He's their leader. He's the guy that gets them going and he leads the league in points.
Well, I will say this. Oilers are 0-12 when Connor McDavid does not score a point. So McDavid has a point tonight, so that means that the Oilers will not lose. Well, the Oilers, they still might lose this game, but at least on the bright side, you know, they won't. At least they're not guaranteed a loss now.
You know, he misses that one. They force the puck from because everyone usually runs to him, and he's usually automatic. They're putting full stick on his shoulder there going off. So this is next shift. Like, who gets him right out the next shift? He only played 6 minutes that period. You got to think he's like, I'm not in a rhythm yet. And so you know he's not feeling it, but I imagine we'll watch him next intermission, and I'll show you the good stuff. Like, he won't go a whole game with not finding it, but he's just a little bit off it. Pacific Division got to win a game. 0-5-1 Thursday, 0 could go 0-6 tonight. Edmonton, the last hope. All right, Inside the Action is presented by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. You can scan the QR code.
Pacific Division is 0-5-1 today. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this was a huge game. Big implications on both sides, obviously, in the standings. Final minute of the second, they'll have on the PP. How about that one?
Let's go Oilers up, Ilya.
3-2 halves him in the third. Islanders on the power play. They're working around the kid. Unbelievable season for him. His 22nd. Just a bomb. Accuracy as well. And one goal behind the record of Brian Leach. Tied at 3. Still in the third. Slavkovsky finds a Caulfield and buries another 42. 6-3 halves. And a minute later, halves on the power play. Caulfield. How's she going? What a night for him. The Sam man. The Sam man. 5-point night for him. Slavkovsky 4 points. And you got the captain Suzuki. This game for the ended before it started. This is warm up. And Nylander with a high, heavy one right off the Stolar's.
What's up, Von Hook? Pacific Division's a joke? Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely terrible feeling when that happened. And third time it happened. So Delaware, he hates goals. Well, I mean, a lot of people are more predictable with where they're shooting in warm-up, but I mean, this is the Sens of both fans. Most of that's the 3-0 goal, Warren's 4 goal. They end up winning 5-2. The rest of the goals were irrelevant. Colby's trying to get us to behave later tonight because he's got a Pittsburgh Penguins game tomorrow. This was their game today against Winnipeg. Brian West to Eric Carson. They were down 4-3 as you see. That ties it Sens of overtime.
All right, still got about 8 minutes to go here, guys. Adding up, watch with Nordic stats from the previous stream.
5-4, but a good point for the Jets and a really big team for a pick. All right, St. Louis, Vancouver, Kevin Lankin. Big save right away, man left alone. However, he was suited for the game. They're holding the rebound is 11th for year, 1-0 St. Louis, and then a minute later, Buchnevich 6 cross.
Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Blues win 3-1 over the Canucks. The West has been crazy. The Preds, the Kings, the Sharks, the Kraken have all held the second wild card this week. Inside the Action. Bet with Sports Interaction. Every game is your game. More of our coverage from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Tampa, and the Oilers on Hockey Night.
Heard at the beginning of the season, some stylists predicted Montreal and Edmonton in the final, and that the Oilers would win. That'd be a great series.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. With symptom relief as well.
Will the Penguins make the playoffs? They have one of the harder schedules in the NHL, but they can. It's not out of the question. I'm not like fully I'm not fully bought in on them though. I'm not gonna lie to you. To be completely honest. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Second period coming up in just a moment. We are almost ready to get started with it. Just tallying up the numbers from Lightning, from Maple Leafs and Sens. So it looks like Connor McDavid did get credit for that goal in that first period. So Connor McDavid with his 38th goal of the season from Evan Bouchard makes it a 1-0 lead for the Oilers. Do the Oilers win today? I think the Oilers will win. Thoughts on Radko Gudas? Former Philadelphia Flyer, definitely not the most, definitely could be a dirty player. I'll say that. Radko Gudas can certainly be a dirty player, that's for sure. That is a definite.
I just want to remind you the provincial and territorial winners each received $50,000 for making it this far, plus $10,000 a year from the NHLPA Goals and Dreams and the NHL Development Fund. Now we're down to two. And congratulations to Tabor, Alberta and Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia. They are in the running for the $250,000. Runner-up gets $100,000.
Multi-point games for Jordan Spence and Tyler Clevin in the previous game.
And the following day on Hockey Night in Canada will crown a champion. Back to Edmonton in the second period. Scott Hope and Jamie Campbell next.
This intermission is brought to you by Wagobi. Visit wagobi.ca for savings.
All right, there we go. All right, second period coming up here in just a moment. We'd like to thank you all very much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. So we will not be live again till Thursday, sadly. We'll likely be doing, I haven't decided fully what our schedule is going to be, but we're probably doing Wild and Panthers facing off against Kings and Canucks will be our second game then as well. So that's probably going to be what our schedule looks like. We'll see. I haven't decided fully what the games will do. It could be Islanders Stars as well. That's another game that's on Thursday. And then we won't be live again until Sunday. Then we'll be back again with our kind of regular scheduled programming after that. We'll be live for plenty of commentaries in April, as you all would imagine, with the Stanley Cup playoffs coming up. All right. Ian Browse. All right. My phone is about to die. Pull up my phone charger real quick. All right, got a couple more moments here, guys, till the start of the second. Opening day, Blue Jays versus Athletics. Coming up soon. That'll be on Friday. Looking forward to opening day. Got my Phillies all repped and ready to go. And that being said, folks, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. First period recap, the only goal was scored by Connor McDavid in that opening period, assisted by Evan Bouchard there as well to make it a 1-0 lead for Edmonton after 20 minutes of play. Take a look at your stats through 20. Shots 21-8 shots 11-8, sorry, not 21-8. In favor of the Oilers. Face-off percentage 57% in favor of Edmonton. Power plays, there were none in that opening period. Hits were 10-4. Block shots were 8-3. I think Seneca wins the Calder. Beckett Seneca will win the Calder Trophy. Alrighty, period number 2 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This should be another fun one. First period was filled with offense and fast-paced hockey, and I expect nothing less from this second frame. And here we go. We are underway. Face-off now is won back then by the Lightning and grabbed back by Ryan McDonough. McDonough to Chernak. Eric Chernak then played back to Holmberg. Dumped back down low into the Edmonton zone for a quick icing. So there you go. $50-50 jackpot, $1.3 million. Awesome. They always bang it with their 50-50. Always get so much money. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone is won back then by the Lightning. Cleared all the way to center. Gensel dumps it down low then into the Edmonton zone. Wallman back over to Emberson. Through center then. Szymanski with speed. Back to Roslovic. Roslovic, a shot denied by Vasilevsky. Rebound is there. They're jabbing at that puck. It's down low in the corner. Braden Point gets it back then for Tampa. Braden Point down the right side. Deeks around Savoy. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Loops it back around. Fed up to the point. Puck is tipped as it slides all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Ingram gives it back then to Bouchard. Connor McDavid with his 38th goal of the year, assisted by Bouchard on that goal that made it a 1-0 lead for Edmonton. Bouchard stolen back then by Tampa. Kucherov with speed. Back up to Brandon Hagel. Hagel down low in the corner. Dumps it around then behind the net then to Kucherov. Up top. Radish a shot. And that one is denied. Pass in front. Strolling to Hagel. Denied by Ingram. And down low in the corner. Edmonton trying to get it back. McDavid down low. Cirelli back up top. Radish over to Kucherov. And that one's deflected up in the air and kept in by the Lightning. Shot on again. Deflected. Rebound in front. Kucherov jabbing at that puck. They score. After a multitude of chances, Anthony Cirelli finally gets one past Connor Ingram, and we are tied. Shot after shot, the Oilers were getting hemmed in their own zone, and they pay for it. It is Anthony Cirelli who will get that goal. That was definitely more than 2 shots. There were plenty of chances there. And Anthony Cirelli ties the game up here for Tampa Bay with 18:23 to go. Face-off coming up here now. Again at center, it'll be Yanni Gourde versus Dickinson. Anthony Cirelli has tied the game. Kucherov, another assist. He is right on McDavid's tail. On the right side, Dickinson battling for it. Grabbed back then by Holmberg. Holmberg over then for Gourde. Yanni Gourde on the right side then. Kept in the zone by Tampa. Gourde in the corner in front. Holmberg a shot. Went wide there of Ingram on the right side. Connor Ingram still battling for that puck. Gord throws it down low then behind the Edmonton net. On the right side then, Dickinson trying to get that puck free as well. On the right side, Destus up top. Shot on, save, rebound in front, and cleared away. Emil Lilleberg forced back to center. Shots now 12-11 in favor of Tampa Bay. Corey Perry down low in the corner. Getting it free then is Perry trying to deke around Dickinson. Dickinson off the boards. Will chip it back to center. It's grabbed back then by the Lightning. Bjorkstrand over then to Ryan McDonough. McDonough to center. Perry will dump it down low. Paul gains the line. It's Sorelli from Kucherov and Hagel. Puck will slide back to center. Here comes Robbie Gerventi through center. Down low. Henrique in front. And it goes just wide. Gergenson's on the right side. Battling for it then down low with Max Jones. Chernak. Right side then for Gord. Banked off the boards by Perry and back down low into the Edmonton zone. Corey Perry knows this Oilers team very, very well. Savoy tried to throw a backhand pass there. It's grabbed back down low then by the Lightning. Here's Lilleberg. Off the boards then for Point. Braden Point backhands it down low. Hagel behind the net. Jones off the boards in the corner then back over for Wallman. The right side then, Braden Point will try and take this one below the line. Shots are 14-12 in favor of Tampa. Behind the net then with that puck is Emberson. Emberson for Szymanski. Radish keeps it in the zone then for the Bolts. Radish below the line. Regroups back up top. Perry to Gensel. Shoots it wide of Ingram. Moser keeps it in the zone. Leitinger once again hemming the Oilers in their own end. Gensel fires it wide. Radish then on the right side. Will backhand it down low. Emberson tries to clear. Throw a pass in front. Ingram gets the save and covers up. The Lightning are getting plenty of chances here. And a good passing movement there by Jarventi. Got it to Henrique in front. And Vasilevsky with the save. And it stays a tied hockey game here. Sorelli from Kucherov and Hagel. Kucherov, his 77th assist of the year. 115th point. That's his 24th point in a live commentary stream as well, by the way. Face off here in the Edmonton zone. It'll be Gord taking the draw then against Dickinson. Face off won by the Bolts. Holmberg down low in the corner. Try to clear that one away. Nurse battling for it as well. Gord up top. Shot by Paul is blocked in front. Dickinson. Right side. Cleared back down low then into the Tampa Bay zone. Vasily Podkolzin up top then to Nurse a shot. And that one is gloved by Vasilevsky as well. And it does feel like it's going to be one of those games, right? It feels like it'll be one of those very highly offensively touted games, very physical game. You just have that sense to it. And maybe it won't be necessarily a high-scoring kind of game, but it'll be a close game. Both goalies have played well recently. I know Ingram's numbers aren't that great, but he's played well. He's become their starter for a reason. His numbers are better than what his he's better than what his numbers perceive him to be. Down low in the corner then, Brandon Hagel fires it around the right side then to Kucherov. Kucherov back over to Darnell Nurse. Nurse back over then for Connor Murphy. Murphy will clear it off the boards back to center. Podkolzin tried to loop it around. Down low then Dickinson. Puck slides in on Vazzy. He doesn't cover it properly. Now Sorelli will backhand that one behind the net. Then nearly a fatal opportunity there. In front, Nurse a shot. And that one goes up in the air and wide. Hagel tried to carry it then through center. Battling for on the right side. Then Kucherov picks it back up. Kucherov to McDonough. McDonough back over. Sorelli, a shot into the chest of Connor Ingram. Shots are 15-15. Dead even. Does it get any better than that? I don't think it does. This has been a phenomenal hockey game. Good opportunity there from Ryan McDonough. Cirelli fires a shot right into the chest of Ingram as well. 14.5 minutes to go here in this second period. Face-off is won by the Bolts. Holmberg clears it down low. Bouchard behind the net then. Stolen back then by the Lightning. On the right side, taking it through center then is Henrique, who gets knocked off that puck. Cleared back into the Edmonton zone. Matthias Ekholm then behind the net for the Oilers. Ekholm down low. Off the boards then through center. Bouchard comes right in. He's got some room. Evan Bouchard knocked against the boards then by Holmberg. Cleared all the way back to center. Lightning will dump it down low, and we got some pushing and shoving here, and I think we have a penalty coming up. Yeah, McDavid is not happy. And now we got some physicality ensuing here as we expected. Yup, pushing and shoving galore. And McDavid getting into it with Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg drops his gloves. McDavid still got his stick in his hand. And I wonder if there may be some penalties getting dished out here. The boxes have opened. Pontus Holmberg will head to the box. I'm assuming McDavid will as well. And we're going to get some 4-on-4. That's what it looks like, yes. So Holmberg and McDavid to the box. 4-on-4. And Bouchard gets ran into the boards there by Holmberg. McDavid upset there's no call. Takes action into his own hands. And it results with him in the box. But 4-on-4. I guess that's better than being on the kill. Still tied 1-1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. 13:57 left to go in the second period. This is our third of 3 commentaries tonight. All right. Shots are 16-15 in favor of Edmonton. And it's Anthony Cirelli who also ties this game up as well to make it a 1-1 hockey game. Both goaltenders playing pretty well. Goaltender check-in here. Vasilevsky, 15 saves on 16 shots, .938. And Ingram with 14 on 15, .933. Those are great numbers there. It was Michigan, right? Michigan won the Big Ten. We'll see if they do anything in the Frozen Four. They haven't done anything the last 30 years, right? I mean, they get there, but they never win it. So 4-on-4 here. We're going to get a little bit of that to continue on with this second period. As Bouchard was hit into the boards by Holmberg, McDavid was very upset that there was no call on that play. Bouchard will stay on the ice. And face-off coming up now in the Tampa Bay zone, I believe. Yup. Face-off now is won back by the Bolts. Paul back down low then to Radish. Darren Radish behind the net then for the Bolts. Radish down low then behind the net for Moser. J.J. Moser holds it down low. Chipped off the boards, Kucherov. Back to Moser. Moser carries it through center up top, Radish. Radish drops back. Kucherov a shot. That one goes wide of Ingram. Ekholm. Stolen back then by Kucherov. Radish tried to play at the line. Radish will drop it back down low then to Kucherov. Radish to Kuch. Kuch over to Point, a shot. Can't get it on directly. Now battling for it down low in the corner. Braden Point. Up top to Radish. Radish down low in the corner then Bouchard. Back over then to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins then on the right side over then for Bouchard, who will carry this one through center. Evan Bouchard fires it. He fans on that puck. Now down low, Moser. Back over then for Radish. Radish drop back then for Hagel. Hagel will hold it here in the Tampa Bay zone, as we are over halfway through the 4-on-4. Destus. Up ahead then for Hagel. He'll deke around Jones. Hagel looks for options. Loops it back around up top. Comes in the right side. Fires it. Saved by Ingram. Rebounds there. And that, I think, went wide. But what a stop by Ingram if he got that. And I think he did. Oh, my Lord. What a stop by Ingram. Connor Murphy battling for it on the right side. Bank back down low then for Darnell Nurse. It might have been a block, actually. Connor Murphy holds it down low then for the Oilers. Murphy off the boards through center. Roslovic off that puck. Szymanski loses it well. Gonzalez played back ahead then for Lilleberg. Lilleberg chip back to center. Roslovic back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Here's Jake Wallman. Behind the net then for Edmonton. 4-on-4 will come to a close. Icing against Edmonton. And a faceoff coming up in the Oilers zone on Ingram. Brandon Hagel looking really creative out there on the ice. Made some great defensive plays. A big block there off the butt for Connor Murphy, as it would have been an easy rebound play there for Destus, but a great block by Murphy for sure. 4-on-4 is over. Back to 5-on-5. Face-off won by the Lightning. Gensel. Below the line then to Chernak. Chernak pass up top then. Point a shot. Tipped in front. Goes wide. Ryan McDonough. Down low in the corner. Wallman back to McDavid. Battling for it then with Braden Point. 3-on-2 now through center. Oilers carry it into the zone. Roslovic. Stolen back then by Jake Gensel. Gensel carries it here through center. Back over to Gonzalez. Hit off the boards then by Ekholm. With speed, Jones back to McDavid. Connor McDavid comes in, shoots it. It's blocked. Rebound in front. And grabbed back then by the Lightning. Here they come the other way. 2-on-1 missed pass there for Paul. He'll battle for it alongside Ekholm. Bouchard gets there as well and grabbed back then by Jones. Jones to center. Intercepted by the Bolts. McDonough back off the boards then to Paul. Down low then in the Edmonton zone. Ingram back with it. Halfway through the second period. Perry in front. And Bjorkstrand cannot convert. Now Moser a shot. And that one is blocked as well. Moser up top then to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand clears it down low into the corner. Radish. Fighting with Jones. Perry throws a pass in front. Stolen back then by Henrique. Henrique off the boards to Bouchard. Cleared back to center. Darren Radish now will carry this one down the other way. Radish into the zone. Backhands it down low behind the net then to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand fighting with Bouchard. Over then for Henrique. Behind the net, Matthias Ekholm will clear it back to center. Kapanen will dump it down low then into the Tampa Bay end. Lilleberg back to Gergensen, who kicks Dickinson into the side of the face. Hopefully he's okay. It looks like he's fine. Here's Destus. Fires it wide. Gord. Back over then up top for Lilleberg, who will backhand that one down low. On the right side then with that puck. And a fight going down here. Holmberg versus Murphy. Holmberg making him answer the bell. Murphy throwing the fisticuffs. Holmberg's getting most of the punches in. And Murphy making Holmberg answer for the Bouchard hit earlier in the period. And the physicality keeps on coming. They'll keep on tussling. Both helmets come off. And down to the ground they go. Referees will come in to break it up. And Connor Murphy standing up for his teammate there in Evan Bouchard What a game from the trade deadline acquisition. .9:31 left to go in the second period. The Oilers beating the Oilers and the Lightning tied at 1. I almost said they're beating them. That can't be right. There's always a 5-minute power play. Shut up. NHL Network, always on some stupid stuff. Said there was a 5-minute power play for the Oilers. Did Bouchard get a point? Yes. Bouchard had an assist on the McDavid goal. So yeah, he did. .9:31 to go in this second period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Sadly, we won't be live again until Thursday the 24th? 26th? Yeah, no, that's opening day, so it's 26th. Ooh, Phillies are on at 4. I can watch that. Can watch the Phillies. Can't believe we're almost at opening day already. Feels like the season just ended for the MLB. That shows how fast the NHL season's gone. We're already at the end of March. It's crazy. This year is flying by. Face-off coming up now. It'll be, I believe, in the neutral zone after that Connor Murphy fight. Pontus Holmberg, former Maple Leaf. Connor Murphy, former Blackhawk. Face-off coming out now in the Edmonton zone. Shots are dead even. It's a dead even score. It really doesn't get that much better than this. Face-off is won back then by the Oilers. Vasily Podkolzin will clear this one back off the boards. Racing forward with speed then is Kapanen. He beats the icing. Battling for it then with Moser on the right side. Below the line then, Dickinson. Up top to Emberson. Emberson down low then for Dickinson. Jason Dickinson in the corner then. Kucherov steals it back. Here come the Lightning the other way. Hagel with speed. Will try and clear it down low. They battle for it on the right side. The physicality continues. A delayed penalty coming up then against the Oilers. Now Cirelli dropping the gloves against Podkolzin this time. Podkolzin throwing the fisticuffs. He knocks Cirelli down immediately. Holy smokes. Hagel is going to the room after being interfered with. Delayed penalty was against the Oilers at the time of the fight. Hagel was in some distress, so hopefully he's okay. So is Cirelli. He's going to the room as well. Oh my Lord. I think a penalty's coming up here, or 4-on-4 or something, but oh man, the physicality is really erupting here. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We have a highly physical game here tonight. Plenty of fights. Not a lot of goals necessarily, but there's been a lot of physicality these last couple minutes. Darnell Nurse got with a double hit there on Hagel. He got up, looked really hurt. He went to the locker room immediately. Hagel whacked his stick against the bench. And then went to the room. So, penalties coming up here. I think a Lightning power play is being assessed. So we're going to get a Tampa Bay power play coming up here now. But what a physical game this has been so far. Shots are 16 apiece with 8:57 to go in the second. The first power play of the game will come at the hands of the Lightning. And Brandon Hagel to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. There's numerous different Oilers in the penalty box. So Tampa Bay will head to the power play. And again, you look at these two teams and their power plays. There's a lot of lethal weapons on both sides. This will be interesting. It is Gensel, Point, Bjorkstrand, Kucherov, and Radish. That is one hell of a power play unit. Face-off. Won by the Bolts. Kucherov to Radish. Radish back down low then to Holmberg. Ekholm steals it back. Bouchard will clear. Not all the way, though. Radish gets it back. Radish off the boards to Kucherov. Kucherov on the right side. Pass over then. Bjorkstrand, a shot save. Rebounds in front. And the Oilers will clear. Not enough, though. Radish gets it right back. Darren Radish on the right side. Will drop it back then for Braden Point. Point to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Puck is cleared back into the Tampa Bay zone. It'll be Vasilevsky who picks it back up. Darren Radish. Oilers doing a really good job killing this off. Here's Braden Point. Through center. Flips the D. Down low into the corner. Banks it back up to the point. Gensel on the right side then to Kucherov. Pass over! Denied by Ingram as Bjorkstrand is robbed. Another big save there by Connor Ingram, who has also had a very good game here as well. Face off here now, won by the Lightning. Kucherov to Cirelli. Kucherov down low in front. Gensel! He scores! Jake Gensel left wide open in front. And you leave that power play open, bad things are going to happen to you. Jake Gensel makes it 2-1 Tampa. I believe that is his 300th goal of his NHL career. So good there for Jake Gensel, his 31st goal of the season. Kucherov, another assist. He ties McDavid for first place in the NHL in points. And speaking of points, Braden Point gets a point as well. That CBJ Islanders game will be very interesting. Columbus probably should win. Face-off won by the Lightning. Cleared back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Icing against the Bolts with 7:39 to go. Yeah, the Islanders have been on a downward trajectory, so things not looking too great for them. Shots are 18-16. Gensel, 31 goals on the year, his 300th in his NHL career. Face-off coming up now at center. We just crossed over the 1,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much for that. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm. Back to Bouchard. Evan Bouchard behind the net then. 7.5 minutes to go here in this second. Here's Connor McDavid. Down the right side. McDavid brings it through center. He'll loop it back around up to the point. McDavid scoots the Bouchard, a shot. That one's blocked. Rebound's there. Ekholm gets it back, fires it, and it goes high and wide. Puck will slide all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard behind the net then for the Oilers. Evan Bouchard carrying it through center, back up to McDavid. Whistle blown. Penalty coming up. It's against Edmonton again. Tampa Bay power play coming up for the second time tonight. And that's one of the worst pieces of news that the Oilers could hear tonight. And McDavid mouthing off to the ref. He does not like that call. Doesn't really matter what he thinks, though, of it. He gets interfering with former teammate. He literally went like this with his head onto the ground. That's something. Now the third Oiler in the penalty box, and we're back to the Tampa Bay power play. Face-off. Shots are 18-16 in favor of Tampa Bay. Gensel versus Henrique. Face-off. Won by the Oilers. Lightning keep it in the zone, though. Gensel back down low then to Emberson, who clears it down the other way. Question. Have the Oilers won more than 3 games in a row yet? Or have they won 3 games in a row yet? Here's Braden Point now, racing it back down the other way. Point to Hagel. Cross-ice pass to Kucherov. Battling on the right side then Savoy. Stolen back then by the Oilers and dumped back down into the Tampa Bay zone. Darren Radish gets it back. 6:15 to go here in this second period. Brandon Hagel through center. Back over then to Gensel. Up top to Radish. Intercepted by the Oilers and cleared all the way back down the other way. Darren Radish gets it back down low halfway through the Tampa Bay power play. Radish drops it back then to Hagel. Hagel will circle it around back at center. Hagel over then for Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov up top. Radish puck slides out of the Edmonton zone. Kucherov. Back to Gensel. Gensel, saucer pass to Radish. Radish over then for Gonzalez. Back to Kucherov. Puck deflects in the air. Edmonton gets it back the other way. Emberson, delayed penalty against the Bolts. Here's Bouchard, comes in. Denied by Vasilevsky. That even got on. And we will get a whistle blown. And a power play coming up for the Oilers after 19 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Penalties galore here tonight. 19 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Kucherov is going to head to the box. And the Oilers will get their second power play of the game, I guess. We had 0 penalties in that first period. Now we're up to 30 penalty minutes in this one period alone. Absolutely just gnarly. No, it's $600 for the entire season. It's based off the entire season. No, I haven't gotten $500 in one stream. That'd be awesome, but no. It's based off of the whole season. Here's Eric Chernak. Through center then, 4-on-4. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will drop it back into the Edmonton zone. Wallman behind the net. Oilers will get a power play here for a brief moment in time. Minute 40 on the Edmonton power play. Now it's all about setting up. McDavid is out of the box. And you know he's pissed. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid grabs it in his own zone. He'll get around Gord. He'll throw it into the zone, loses the puck, cleared by the Bolts. Evan Bouchard. Chipped all the way back down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Whistle blown. Are we getting another penalty here? No way. Really? Another penalty for the Bolts. 5-on-3. Thank you, BB. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have it there just to keep track of how much money I make off of donations throughout the entire year. But, yeah, it's doing all right. Not too bad. Could be better. No, I'm kidding. I'm very grateful for you guys and your donations. 5-on-3 coming up for the Oilers. 1:13. And this is a power play, which is ranked number 1 in the NHL. You do not want to give this power play 5-on-3 opportunities. And that is what the Lightning have given the Oilers here. A minute 13, I believe I saw, of power play time. Face off. In the Tampa zone. Is won back by the Oilers. Here's Bouchard to McDavid. Down low, Nugent Hopkins to McDavid up top. Nuge waits, pass over is blocked. Up top, Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid comes in, shoots it, saved by Vasilevsky. There's your problem right there. Bouchard to McDavid. Connor McDavid back to Nugent Hopkins on the right circle. Nuge to McDavid below the goal line. Put to Bouchard in front. Saved by Vasilevsky. Rebound's there. Up top, Nuge to Bouchard. And it goes wide off the post. McDavid gets it back then for Edmonton. Pass down low. Jabbing at it. Tampa gets it back. It's kept in the zone by Edmonton. Bouchard to McDavid. Loses the puck. And off the boards then, Brandon Hagel. He'll take it back the other way. One-on-one with Bouchard. Will backhand it down low on Ingram, who makes the save. 15 more seconds of 5-on-3. McDavid to Nuge. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. Up top to Bouchard. Pass is blocked. Gensel will backhand it down the other way. The Bolts have survived the first penalty. Now 45 more seconds. McDavid gets knocked down to the ground by Lilleberg. And cleared the other way. And Kucherov, I don't want to know. He's in. He scores. What a freaking sequence of hockey here. Nikita Kucherov out of the box. Shorthanded goal, and it's 3-1 Lightning. Oh my God. What a sequence of hockey. Bouchard, chance after chance for that Oilers 5-on-3. Kucherov comes down the other way and makes it 3-1 Lightning. I mean, again, like, if I had a voice, I'd be able to commentate this more. This is my third stream of the day. It's the craziest one. Oh, my Lord. What a play by Moser to notice Kucherov coming out of the box. It is 3-1 Tampa Bay. Shots are 20-19. You can see the frustration here from the Oilers. Jake Wallman behind the net then for Edmonton. Wallman dropped back to Henrique. Through center, Ekholm. Cleared back down low into the corner. Fed back up top, Jake Wallman. Wallman to Ekholm. Back up to the point then with that puck. Emberson to Wallman. Wallman to Kapanen. Power play will come to a close. Wallman down low then. Shot from Roslovic off the side of the net. Kucherov, 3-point game. Kapanen. Up top then. Nurse. Tries clearing it down low then to Roslovic. Puck in front. And Szymanski with a good chance there is broken away. Roslovic shoots it. Deflected off of Vasilevsky and wide. Lightning will clear to center. 2 minutes to go in this second period. If you can believe it. Henrique. Back down low then in the corner. My clock is way ahead. Hagel. Back on the right side. Stolen back by Podkolzin. Podkolzin, a shot denied by Vasilevsky. The Oilers are getting their opportunities, but Vasilevsky's playing, well, I mean, like Vasilevsky. Like, what else can you really say? That's the first career shorthanded goal for Kucherov. Wow. Lightning lead 3-1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Absolute chaos. Nikita Kucherov, a goal and 2 assists. It's a 3-point game there for Nikita. And he is the best of the matchup here tonight. And he is now the #1 leading scorer in the National Hockey League. He has passed Connor McDavid for that milestone. This is peak hockey. Now all we need is an Edmonton comeback. It was 1-0 Oilers after 20 minutes of play. Now 3 goals allowed here, and it's not really Connor Ingram's fault necessarily. But it's just been one of those kind of back and forth physical kind of games. Oh, gosh. A minute 42 to go in this second period. Big hit there by Lilleberg down low in the Tampa Bay zone. And then Moser gets it back to Kucherov, who tucks it past Connor Ingram. And it's a 3-1 lead. If the Lightning get this game, win 145 off 5, had the Pens, Preds, Flyers, Bruins, and Lightning winning today. Oh, good luck, bro. We'll see if you can get it. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone is won by the Lightning. Moser battling for it down low in the corner. Shots 21-20. Cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse in his own end. Will throw it back to center. Radish to Paul. Battling for it on the right side then. Savoy. Back down low then for Connor Murphy. Murphy to Darnell Nurse. Approaching the final minute of play of the second period. Dump back down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Szymanski battling for it then with Radish. It's a 2-man scramble in the corner. Oilers need a goal here. Nuge. Back over then to Hyman. Zach Hyman down low in the corner fighting with Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov carries this one through center. He dumps it down low into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard on the right side to Paul. Paul battling for it then with Bouchard as well. Down low behind the net then, Brandon Hagel to Kucherov. Shoots it. Saved by Ingram. Rebounds there. McDavid gets it back. Here's Connor McDavid. He'll get around McDonough. 3-on-2. Pass is too far ahead. Lightning get it back. Here they come the other way. Kucherov. 3-on-2. Kucherov battling for it then with Point. Taken back then by Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm will get it to McDavid. Cross-ice pass up top. Bouchard. Fans on that puck. Rebounds there. Denied by Vasilevsky as that one just trickled to where Vazzy was at. Kucherov fires the puck out of the zone. 5 seconds to go. Bouchard will hold, and that'll do it. An abysmal second period there for the Oilers. They were outshot. And 3 unanswered goals there. Kucherov, a goal and 2 assists. Have yourself a night. 1 more period to play. End of 40. Bolts lead the Oilers 3-1. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. A lot of disagreement here between the Oilers and the refs. And we will be back for period number 3 momentarily. Woof! What a period that was. That was a fun one, though, that's for sure. When are these aren't fun? When are these not fun, though? I always say it. Whenever we live stream the Oilers, we know they're always going to put on a show. Always. It's always a great game when we watch the Oilers. Won by the Lightning. Front Gensel. Kucherov down low in front. Gensel. He scores. Gensel. He scores. Jake Gensel left wide open in front. And you leave that power play open, bad things are going to happen to you. Jake Gensel makes it 2-1 Tampa. All right, just doing one of the Watch with Nordic clips here quickly. Trying to rest my voice. I could take a nap, honestly. What a day this has been. We started off with Minnesota and Dallas. That was like so long ago at this point. Please don't copyright me for those 2 seconds that I played. What song is that from? That's not that from that one Radiohead song. I forget the name of it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So through 40 minutes of play, the Bolts lead the Oilers 3-1. It's been a phenomenal 40 minutes of hockey, though. I've had a lot of fun watching this commentary and doing this stream as we always do, but I appreciate all your support. All right, there we go. Thank you all for tuning in. Stick around here for the third period. This will be the best period, I bet. Anthony Cirelli, 5th goal in a commentary stream.
Oilers with a huge response emotionally after the Florida game Thursday night. Look, Holmberg should have got a boarding penalty on Bouchard. Before we get to all of it on, you saw the interview with Hagel on Shadow Gamblers with Tuesday night. They interviewed Hagel. They're one of the older teams in the league, so they got veteran ability, right? We know their core and what they have, and we know they have skill as well. But
yeah, 3-point game for Nikita Kucherov. He now moves into the top 10 in Watch with Nordic history. Do I think the Lightning are going to take it, or will the Oilers come back and take another lead? I definitely think it can go either way. These are two teams that are just so offensively talented. Like, it could go either way, honestly. But I think with the way Andrei Vasilevsky is playing, I have a feeling that he'll be able to hold this one down and get the win for the Bolts. But we'll see.
And we're seeing tonight, Holmberg. Who would have Holmberg fighting on their cue card? And, this is the hit that starts it all. So he hits Bouchard. Bouchard kind of puts himself in a tough spot. There's no call on the play. And this scrum takes a little bit of time to escalate. When eventually 97's going to get called. And when 97 gets involved with David, and you're going to see him...
Gensel becomes the 16th player to reach 20 points in a live commentary stream.
I think it changed everything right there. And I give Holmberg a lot of credit for answering the bell later on. As things started to pick up and get a lot more physical with the response from the Oilers. And, he started throwing the body around. A couple double sandwiches here. Mawango, and big one right there that leads to this. And I give Holmberg credit, right? He steps in with Murph here and he says, okay, I'm going to endear myself to the city and my team. And you can't drop the gloves with 97. No chance. He gets a couple in there. John Cooper, you don't think he loves this? You don't think he loves this aspect of his team? Well, not hosting the head coach. When does that ever happen? Rarely ever. And then that massive hit right here, this double whammy. Nurse really gets Hagel on the backside of that, but this leads to this one right here. Podkolzin, Cirelli. Podkolzin's a tough guy as well.
And like, you probably don't love that trade-off for Tampa, but I mean, Cirelli's doing what he has to do. He has to get that.
All right.
That's
3-1 lead here for the
they've been missing.
Lightning.
Seems like both teams have it tonight.
Just updated my score sheet. Let's take a look at the goaltender stats here tonight. Starting out with the both side, Vasilevsky, 21 saves on 22 shots, 955 save percentage. Connor Ingram, 18 saves on 21 shots, 857. Not the prettiest game in the world for Connor Ingram, but it could be worse.
I said I had a good feeling we were going to show some good stuff this next game. I promised you, and here's my promise fulfilled. You know, goal and 2 assists, and
Nikita Kucherov absolutely killing it. 3 points here tonight. And they've just played very well in this game overall. They might sweep the series. We'll see how this third period goes. But, boy, I can't lie. I'm out of breath. Feels like it's a Sunday for some reason. I have work tomorrow. Feels like a Sunday. I get school on Monday. I've been on spring break all week. Don't even feel like spring break. I worked most of the break.
But he never gives up, though. It's like, even though he's got the body language, and we see Leon's got the body language too, but they never give up. Like, even though they look frustrated, the next shift they're going to come out.
After this, we only have 4 commentaries left throughout the entire month of March. Unfortunately, with the way our schedule is at, that's how it is. It is what it is.
He won't go on his podcast either. So maybe he just doesn't like either of you two.
Yeah, it's something against us, but the race for the Ross, as Scott mentioned, now one in favor of Kucherov. What about the Lady Bing race between Kucherov and McDavid? Do you think they deserve these penalties? Penalties?
You were going nuts. I think Perry is he's strong on his feet. He's big, and I think he knows. He knows. Well, come on, Elliot. If I grab your shoulder like that,
You know, and he grabbed his arm.
Dickinson here knows Kucherov is. You think Perry dove? I do, and I think Dickinson dove. I think not dove.
Oh yeah, that was a dive too.
I think embellish. I think if Dickinson wanted to stay, if Dickinson had a breakaway right there, if that puck was sitting there, he wouldn't have fallen down. And you know what? Go ahead. If it works, it works. But both players embellish.
If you're gonna do it, be good at it. Corey Perry's really good at it.
They both embellish. You
Hey,
embellish
listen,
all the time.
very special night tonight in Saskatoon, Colby. You take the lead on this. Oh, it's the first time the Saskatoon Blades have had inductions into their new Hall of Fame for the Blades, and Kelly Chase.
Season has gone by so quickly. I agree, John. This season flew by. Fast year for sure. I definitely agree with that.
Been with the team since 2000 as their equipment trainer. Now their associate GM. Fantastic guy, Blades lifer, and Mark Watton, 89 to 94 as a Blade. That's when I was a kid going to Blades games, sitting there dreaming. That was like NHL to us watching these guys. So 3 great guys, and Kelly, we're thinking of you. Love the guy.
And you said PA in town is absolutely perfect.
That's right up Kelly Chase.
My Cali kid got into a fight tonight for the Blades, so it just makes encompasses the whole night.
A lot of double sandwiches there in Edmonton and a triple decker in Saskatoon.
If you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your mobile plan. Paying for stuff you don't need. But with live-based plans from Verizon Business, you choose exactly what you want, and you only pay. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Now get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years on America's most reliable 5G network.
We learned the uncontrollable movements are called tardive dyskinesia, or TD, and were caused by mom's mental health medications.
Mom was prescribed Oxygen XR, a once daily extended release pill for adults.
Austedo XR can significantly reduce TD movements, with some seeing response as early as 2 weeks, and mom can stay on her mental
Oh, there's a burger waiting for me upstairs. I'm gonna devour that thing. Do I think Jake Gensel will get 2 more points? Potentially. He has 1 more point. You should bet that on Kucherov, bro. Kucherov's got 3 tonight. Potentially, we'll see. We will see. Third period coming up in 5.5 minutes or so.
Are there still places Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets haven't been? Sure. But the inside of a Crunchwrap slider is no longer running. The new crispy chicken Crunchwrap slider. All white meat chicken nuggets run with unique equipment. Inside a slider-sized Crunchwrap. And the dipping sauce, it's along for the ride. On the inside. Choose from creamy chipotle, jalapeno, and mustard. The new crispy chicken Crunchwrap slider. A brand new concept. Only at Taco Bell.
Let's go Lightning. Sabres 1. Tampa needs a win 2. Yeah, we'll see, bro. They're right there. They're up 3-1. So after this commentary, we won't be live again until Thursday. I believe I'm doing Panthers Wild, followed by Kings and Canucks. I believe will be my commentary schedule on Thursday, the 26th. That'll be the next time we stream. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream any more times before that game. I would love to, but it's just not possible, unfortunately, with my work schedule.
And the New York Rangers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. David Amber, Luke Gaston, Justin Bourne, and Sam Cosentino. So, Colby Armstrong, one of the things Kelly was great at was battling the blades, cutting face him into the shoulders. Winning pair, Caitlin Weaver and Sheldon Kennedy, and look who has the trophy. Canada's judge, Ron. That's what they call me, Canada's judge. Colby Armstrong, Canada's judge. So good, we may get him to referee the third period at Rogers Place in Edmonton. We'll get you back.
All right, third period coming up in 3.5 minutes from Edmonton.
The most affordable German-engineered car brand in America is also the most fun. With high-performance handling, style, and space. Not to mention flow-inducing turbo. What are you waiting for? Get in the driver's seat during Volkswagen Driver Days. Come in today and get a great deal during Volkswagen Driver Days. I am this close to proving it's a merge for hire. RJ Decker is on ABC and stream on Hulu. The United Football League on ESPN is back. In the spring, new teams, all new looks, new rules, DFS testing line for the future of football, and more access inside the action. Just listen to them. An experience like no other. This is Football Reimagined. The United Football League returns March 28th on ESPN.
All right, we've been live for 3 games today, triple header. This is the first triple header since the Olympics. Here in the live commentary stream schedule. It's been a fun day. We're ready to give it our all here yet again. Now midnight here on the East Coast. ESPN is now the home of MLB.TV. So all out-of-market games live or Man, I need to get an MLB TV subscription. Can't believe Tampa is doing you a favor for once. I know, right? Crazy stuff. Wait for it to come out of commercial break. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 here from Edmonton between the Edmonton Oilers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Anthony Cirelli, Jake Gensel, and Nikita Kucherov, making it a 3-1 lead for Tampa Bay after 40 minutes of play. Your stats through 40. Shots 22 to 21 in favor of the Oilers. Faceoff percentage is 62% in favor of Tampa Bay. Power plays, Tampa 50%, Edmonton 0-2. Hits are 22-7, and block shots are 13-7 here as well. A big third period coming up. 3 unanswered goals from Tampa Bay in that second period. The Oilers were a little bit undisciplined in that second period as well. We will see what happens in this highly intense third period. Here we go. Period number 3 between the Oilers and the Lightning, and we are underway. Faceoff is won here by the Oilers. Now down the right side. Emberson will clear it down low, then into the Tampa Bay zone. On the right side, Jack Roslovic back to Matt Savoy. Emberson fires it on, goes up in the air, back down into the corner. Gergensons to Chernak. Chernak back over then to Ryan McDonough. McDonough off the boards to center. Holmberg goes off sides. Tampa Bay will backhand it back down low anyhow. Oilers get it back behind the net. Bolts have won 4 of their last 5 games against the Oilers. Seems like the trend continuing. Gensel to Gonzalez. Back up then for Paul. It's deflected in the air and wide. Now Gensel down low then for Gonzalez. Fed back up top. Radish, a shot save. Rebound in front. Goes just wide. That would have put the game away for sure. Trying to clear that one out of the zone. That is Hyman. Tampa trying to keep that one in. Here's Connor McDavid down the right side. We'll drop it back then for Bouchard. Evan Bouchard. He's got Gonzalez on his tail. Back up to McDavid. McDavid will dump it down low. Podkolzin to Ekholm. Up top, Bouchard. A shot into the glove of Vasilevsky. Easy save there for Vazzy. Go Jake Gensel. Who's my favorite player? Claude Giroux. All-time favorite player. Face-off won by the Lightning. Emil Lilleberg will throw this one back to center. Battling for it then on the right side. Edmonton gets it back. They'll dump it down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Lilleberg. Back then on the right side. Edmonton gets it at the line. Matthias Ekholm. Throws it back down low. McDonough will clear it all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Kellen Miller. I just did. Face off here now in the Tampa Bay zone. It's one back then by the Oilers. Shot on there, goes wide. Vasilevsky battling for that puck as well. Chipped off the boards then by the Bolts to center. Gergensen's on the right side. Can this go in the freaking plug, please? Thank you. Jesus. Hyman trying to grab that puck then for Edmonton as well. On the right side then. Oilers attempt to clear to center. Gergensen's down the right side. Dump back down low into the Edmonton zone. Shot on there is denied. Hyman. Back for McDavid. McDavid here through center. Clears it into the Tampa Bay zone. Vasilevsky battling for it then on the right side. Kucherov. Thrown to center. Here's Hagel on a breakaway. Loops it back around then over for Point. Who regroups on the right side. Point up top to Radish. Radish tied up. Back over then for Edmonton, who will play it through center. Robbie Jarventi will dump this one down low. Moser in the corner. J.J. Moser then on the right side. Back up then for Radish through center. Radish comes in, shoots it. And that one goes up in the air above the net. Down low, Roslovic. Back over to Bjorkstrand. Nick Paul battling for it. Bolts get the puck. Up top, Moser. Cross ice pass. Radish shoots it, deflected in the air. And back down low. Connor Murphy. Back over then for the Oilers. Radish. Down low in the corner. Back over to Moser. Moser. Chip back to center. Oilers will try and dump it down low. Why is my clock frozen? Hang on a second. Sorry about that, guys. My clock was frozen for some reason. Through the zone with speed, then to Szymanski. Fires it on. That one's blocked. Oilers get it back on the right side. Podkolzin. Battling for it then with Gord. Below the line then, Wallman up top to Dickinson. Broken away. Played back down low then, Emberson. Backhanded off the boards and down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Dickinson behind the net then for the Oilers. Wraparound chance there denied. Gord tries to clear. He'll attempt to get it out now. Gergensen plays it through center. Racing forward with speed. Gergensen's battling with Dickinson. Bouchard off the boards then to center. McDonough. Right side then for Chernak. Chernak then for Gergensen, who battles for it in the corner. Gord. Down low then back over for Matthias Ekholm. Shots are 23-22. It's been plenty of back and forth action. Not a ton of shots here in this third. Gord battling for it then with Ekholm. Down low in the corner, Bouchard. Back over to Ekholm on the right side. Evan Bouchard. Tries to play it to center. Gord battling for it as well. Nugent Hopkins drops it back to Bouchard. Pass back to Ekholm. Ekholm to McDavid. Back over to Ekholm now, who carries it down the right side. Nugent Hopkins waits. Up top. Can't get it. There is Connor Murphy. It'll slide back into the Edmonton zone as the Oilers could not get there in time. At center, Moser. Trying to dump that one down low as Point. Whistle blown at 14:36. At center, I believe the puck went out of play or something. Not a penalty, I don't think. Maybe, who knows? They've been calling a lot of stuff today. Plenty of physicality back and forth. Plenty of offensive zone chances. Face-off coming up now in the Tampa Bay zone. It'll be Paul versus Nugent Hopkins taking the draw. Face-off one back then by the Oilers. Bouchard will dump it down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Moser. Back over to Radish. Paul. Battling for it on the right side with McDavid. Now Gonzalez takes it back. Here's Gensel. Dumps it down low into the Edmonton zone. Nurse battling now with Moser. Nugent Hopkins there in the corner as well. Nuge back up to Nurse. Darnell Nurse, cross-ice pass, goes back into the Tampa Bay zone. No icing. Paul, off the boards to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will dump it down low. It's stolen back then by Edmonton. Here they come through center. McDonough, stolen back. Shot by Jarventi, goes wide. Rebound in front. And that one is denied there as well. Jarventi had a pretty good opportunity there. He missed the net, though. Bjorkstrand on the right side. Tried to feed it back up top. He gets it there. McDonough shoots it. Blocked in front as well. Bjorkstrand up top. McDonough drive. And that one's blocked. Chernak. Down low in the corner. Perry in front then for Jarventi, who will feed it back into the Tampa Bay zone. Vasilevsky off the boards then. Stolen back by the Oilers. Emberson gets around the D. Pass in front. Roslovic there, saved by Vasilevsky. Henrique up top then. Wallman. Back over then for Henrique. Behind the net then, picked up by Roslovic. Battling for it then with Cirelli. Tampa Bay will clear to center. Edmonton gets it back. Emberson now off the boards. Savoy fighting with Lilleberg, who laid that big hit on McDavid earlier in the game. Net battle here. On the right side, Tampa wins, and it goes in the back of the net! Oh my God! Off of Vasilevsky's stick, and into the back of the net. Oh my God. That is an awful goal to allow. And all of a sudden, it's 3-2. Oh, they needed something to happen to go their way. I didn't think it'd be that. Bjorkstrand off of Vasilevsky's stick and into the back of the net. Who's going to get this goal? No way. It goes off of Vasilevsky's stick and into the back of the net. I have no idea who's going to get this goal. I don't really know if I've seen something like this before. I think it might be Szymanski. Well, the Oilers now are trailing only by a goal. It's 3-2. I'm kind of appalled. Gonzalez back to Point. Point will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. It's Nugent-Hopkins back over to Ekholm. Up top, Tampa's got it. Rada shoots it. Save there by Ingram. So, unknowingly, Vasilevsky may have just let the Oilers back into this game. And I think it might be Josh Szymanski's. Has Josh Szymanski scored a goal before? Is this Szymanski's... This cannot be. Is this Josh Szymanski's first NHL goal? Are you serious? It says Szymanski on my screen. Are you kidding? Don't tell me. Don't tell me it's Szymanski's first NHL goal. Oh my God, it is. Josh Szymanski scored his first NHL goal off of that. Wow. No freaking way. At least that's what it says on my screen. I'm a little pissed now because I'm a little pissed now because I wanted to be able to commentate that and upload it as a clip. Can I still even do that? No way. That's... Wow. No, yeah, that looks like it's going to be his first NHL goal. Well, technically, it happened in the stream. So that is the 14th first NHL goal that we have commentated, and that's got to be the weirdest one that we have. That was quite interesting there. Yeah, Josh Szymanski, I believe, is going to get credit for that goal. It'll be his first NHL goal. There's actually no freaking way. He should give the puck to Vazzy. There's actually no way. Well, Szymanski gets his 14th first NHL goal off of that play. Congratulations to him, I guess. I'm sure he wanted it to be an actual first NHL goal, but all right then. Emberson back over to Dickinson on the right side. 12 minutes to go in regulation. The Oilers trail the Bolts 3-2 off of an own goal. They find themselves back in this one. Kucherov try to drop it back then for Kasperi Kapanen, who carries it down the right side. Kapanen down low the line, shoots it there on Vazzy. He makes the save with his helmet. Shots are even. Up top, Murphy droops it again, denied there by Vazzy in the corner. Kapanen trying to throw a pass in front. Maybe the Oilers are reignited here by that. And we might have a delay of game penalty coming up here against the Lightning. And they do. Power play coming up for Edmonton. Shots 25-23 in favor of the Oilers. And a delay of game call coming up here. I believe it's against Kucherov, I think, if I saw that correctly. And the Oilers are going to get another power play. Jesus. This game could not get any more interesting, I'll be honest with you. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. Shots 25-23 in favor of Edmonton. It doesn't look like it'll be a power play, actually. Never mind. They did not call it a power play. I apologize for that. I thought they did, but they did not. They wanted it to be, but they did not call it that. Here's Connor McDavid. Back down low in the Bouchard. The commentator lied to me. That's my excuse. Here's McDavid now carrying it down the right side. McDavid gets around the D. Throws it around then behind the net. Looks for options. Pass up top. Ekholm shoots it. And that one goes wide. On the right side, Bolts try and clear. They'll get it back out to center. Bouchard holds it now in the Edmonton zone. Chipped all the way back down low then into the Tampa Bay end for an icing. With 10:35 to go. So I'm still in disbelief that is Josh Szymanski's first NHL goal off of that play. That is the 14th first NHL goal we have commentated, and that has got to be the weirdest one that we have commentated there as well. Interesting. Faceoff coming up now in the Edmonton zone. McDavid versus Point. Faceoff is won by the Oilers. They try and clear. It's kept in by Moser. Moser to Hagel. Shoots it wide there. Kucherov up top. Radish a shot. And that one's wide. On the right side, Moser battling for that puck. Trying to get that one free. Point steals it back. Shoots it into the chest of Ingram. Now Bouchard off the boards. Moser dumps it down low then for Ekholm. Ekholm for McDavid. Here's McDavid now through center. McDavid looks for options. Circles back around into the zone. Then shot. Gloved by Vasilevsky there from Jake Wallman. This game is very, very even. 9:59 to go here in the third. It is 3-2. Bro knew Nordic was live and snuck it in. Yep. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I will be right back.
Consumer Reports use road tests, owner surveys, and safety ratings to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand, and the Ascent a recommended model. Get 2.9% APR on a new 2026 Subaru Ascent. Bringing Subaru a lot to love.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because if you're here, the car is too. And that means something's wrong. And likely it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you call CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have
Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Had to use the bathroom there super quick. 9:59 to go here in this third period. Lightning lead the Oilers 3-2.
He's the NHL's preeminent coach. John Cooper has coached the Lightning to 2 Stanley Cups, 4 finals in total, with some international success along the way. Although I'm sure he doesn't view Olympic silver as a success, Louie and I will discuss that with him, among other things, when Cooper joins us on After Hours tonight for as long as time permits, as the Lightning are quick out of her to get to Calgary, where they end their 4-game road trip tomorrow night. So John Cooper.
Face-off coming up now in the Tampa Bay zone, halfway through the third period. Oilers looking to tie this one up and maybe force extra time. Face-off won by Edmonton. Emerson shoots it. Wide of has rebound in front. And couldn't tuck it was Szymanski a little bit as a first official NHL goal, where he actually shot it into the net off his stick. Through center then with that puck is Gergensons. Played back down low then to the Edmonton zone. Holmberg battling for it. Puck is all the way up top then. Lilleberg backhand on. Saved there by Ingram. It was off the side of the net. Gergensons up top. D'Souza shot. That one goes wide. Gord then at the point. Yanni Gord dumps it down low. D'Souza on the right side up top. Gord fires it wide. Wallman back to Roslovic. Thrown to center then as the Bolts regroup. Puck will go back in there on Ingram, who makes the save. Rebounds in front. Doesn't know where the puck is. Back over then to Savoy. Thrown back to center. Radish. Back over then for Radish, who will carry it through center. Hagel. Down low then. Gensel. Denied by Ingram. That even got on. That might have been wide, actually. Darnell Nurse. Carries it back down low then in the Edmonton zone. Back over to Connor Murphy. Murphy up top. Huge hit there at center. Kapanen. Battling for this one down low now in the corner. J.J. Moser now behind the Tampa Bay net. Moser off the boards to center. Paul. Back to Hagel. Hagel, cross ice pass. Hyman gets it out there to center. Racing forward with speed then. And back into the Tampa Bay zone. Hagel will clear to center. Bouchard on the right side. Back over then to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins then down low in the corner. Chernak is there battling for that puck as well. McDavid also. Chernak to Kucherov. Kucherov cross ice pass to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Nuge, intercepts that puck. I appreciate that, Sharky. Here's McDavid. Gets around the D, stolen back then by the Bolts. Kept in the zone there by Hyman. Turnover there for McDonough. Hyman comes in, back down low. McDavid could not get that puck in time. On the right side, Ekholm was shot. That one's blocked. Lightning get it back. Here they come the other way. It's Bjorkstrand coming on the right side, then knocked off that puck. Now Bouchard. Here in the corner for Edmonton. Hyman to McDavid. Connor McDavid to Evan Bouchard through center. Bouchard loses it. And McDavid turns it over. Shots are dead even here in this third period. 6:50 left to go in the third. In the Tampa zone, Lilleberg. Backhands it around then. It's kept in by Jarventi. Henrique dumps it down low. D'Souza to Murphy. Down low then with that puck, Jarventi. Kind of gets knocked off that puck there down low in the corner. Still jabbing at it. Back down low then for Murphy. Right side, Oilers dump it down low into the Tampa zone. D'Souza to Lilleberg. It goes up and out of play. 6:20 left to go in the third period. Shots are even. The game is nearly even. Tampa Bay leads 3-2. I appreciate all you guys for tuning into the commentary. It means a lot to me. Happy birthday, Sharky. I appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't see the last part of that. Happy birthday, though, Sharky. Hope you have a good birthday, bro. Face off here now in the Tampa Bay zone. Lightning will try and get it together. Emberson on the right side, banked off the boards and back down low. Emberson fighting for it, then puck slides in there on Ingram. He elects to make the save. And we get some pushing and shoving here in the corner. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Szymanski becomes the 12th NHL goal we've commentated here on the channel this season. Face-off won by Edmonton. Cleared off the boards, back to center. Podkolzin to Kapanen. On the right side, Radish off the boards, then to center. Darnell Nurse gets it back for Edmonton. Dump back down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Radish, stolen back by Kapanen. In front, Dickinson shoots it. And that one goes back down low to the corner. Podkolzin battling for it on the right side. It's cleared back to center. 5.5 minutes to go. We are approaching crunch time, folks. Nurse. Back over to Podkolzin. Try to get it back to McDavid. Bolts will clear it back down low. Ingram. Behind his own net. Gives it up then for Evan Bouchard. Bouchard will throw it now through center. He'll get it around Nuge to McDavid. Connor McDavid fighting for it on the right side. Nuge and Hopkins back down low then. Pass in front is deflected away. A nearly wide open chance there on the right side. Now Hagel dumps it down low into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard off the boards to Ekholm. Kucherov battling for it on the right side. Hagel is there as well. Into the zone, then is Point. Braden Point looks for options behind the net. Kind of gets held off to the outside there and back down low up top. Ryan McDonough shoots it wide. 4.5 minutes to go in regulation. We have crossed over the 2,000 meter mark. Here's Kucherov, a shot. He scores! Nikita Kucherov, his second goal of the night, makes it 4-2 Tampa Bay. A 4-point night for Nikita Kucherov. And with 4.5 minutes to go, the Bolts lead 4-2. They have regained their 2-goal lead. Brandon Hagel with a multi-point game now as well, 2 assists. And Kucherov on the big stage. His 40th goal of the season. 2 goals, 2 assists. And keep an eye out now. Tampa leads 4-2. Oilers, I expect, will try and pull their goalie as soon as possible to try and maybe make a late comeback here yet again. Dipped into the zone then by Jarventi. Vasilevsky will try and clear. On the right side then, Yanni Gord battling for that puck. Moser breaking it out then through center. Gergensen tries to dump it down low. Whistle blown here at the line at center. And with 4:10 to go, we got a hooking call coming up. And it's against Max Jones and the Oilers. Kucherov, his 40th goal of the season. With 4:10 to go, Bolts will get a power play. It's 4-2. As I was saying as Kucherov scored, we have crossed over the 2,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, man. So Kucherov with 2 goals tonight, had that shorthanded breakaway. And then a nice little tuck there on Ingram. It is a 4-2 hockey game for the Bolts. Well, looks like you're about to get it, Norm. We'll see if they can hold it down these last 4 minutes. So power play coming up for Tampa Bay. You notice a lot of these goals there, besides the Kucherov breakaway, they're right in front. They're right there on Ingram where the Oilers defense could have been. Kucherov just right there on the right side. Nobody's covering him. Cirelli in front. Nobody was covering him. Gensel in the power play. Nobody was covering him. It's been all defensive breakdowns for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. They have played a horrendous defensive game. Power play coming up for Tampa. Oilers win the draw. They'll try and break it the other way. It's broken up then at center. And cleared back down low, then into the Tampa Bay zone. Kucherov, 84 points in his last 38 games. Radish carries it into the zone, back to Hagel. Hagel will dump it down low then to Gensel. Gensel trying to feed this one up top to Point. Puck is cleared back down into the Tampa Bay end. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Radish. He'll drop it back then for Point. Braden Point now will get it over for Gensel. Gensel to Point. Tries to deke it into the zone. Gensel trying to get it back to Kucherov. Couldn't get there in time. Kucherov back over to Radish. Gensel. Back over then for Kucherov. Cross-ice pass. Hagel. Into the zone. 3 minutes to go in the third. Radish to Kucherov. He's blocked. Radish to Kucherov again. Pass over is blocked as well. Hagel intercepted. Here come the Oilers the other way. 2-on-1. Kapanen with Bouchard. Kapanen poke checked away. What a piece there by Darren Radish. Ingram back down low. Tampa gets it back on the right side. Perry to Kucherov. He fires it wide. Puck goes back into the Tampa Bay zone. 20 seconds to go on the Bolts power play. Moser carries it down the right side. Back over to Paul. Chipped off the boards then. Gonzalez back to Paul. Pass over, broken up. Keep an eye out for Connor Ingram. Power play is going to come to a close here. Moser picks it up down low. J.J. Moser now carries it through center. He'll fan on that pass. And a whistle blown dead as an offsides. And a good 2-on-1 attack there. What a chance for Darren Radish. Exactly 2 minutes to go in this third period. Shots 26-25. Faceoff's going to come outside of the Edmonton zone. They'll look to pull Ingram as soon as they can. Faceoff now is won by the Oilers. Bouchard. Back over then for Ekholm. Ekholm back over to Nuge. Down low into the corner. Hyman battling for it on the right side. Gergensons is there as well. Gergensons flicked up in the air back to center. Empty net here for Tampa. For Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. Bouchard down low. Vazzy couldn't get it. He looked for it. Pass in front is broken up. It'll slide just wide of the empty net. Is this an icing? Nope. Approaching the final minute of play in regulation. The Oilers need 2. McDavid splits the D. Gets to Chernak. Denied. Rebound in front. What a chance that was for Connor McDavid. And nearly had a highlight reel Here's Nugent-Hopkins back to McDavid. McDavid up top to Bouchard. Denied by Vasilevsky. Connor McDavid nearly beat the entire Lightning defense and got denied by Vasilevsky. And if I had a nickel for every single time that Connor McDavid has beat all the defenders on the team and lost to the goaltender, man, I'd be rich. Face off here in the Tampa Bay end. Oilers are calling a timeout with 62 seconds remaining in regulation. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We've been live all day. I did not do Columbus today. Face-off coming up here in the Tampa Bay zone. The Oilers need 2 goals. It's not impossible. Anything can happen. The face-off. McDavid versus Cirelli. Face-off is won by Edmonton. Hagel will get it out to center. He tries to release. It's blocked. Podkolzin down low to McDavid. Back on the right side then. Last minute of play in regulation. And we have a penalty coming up. And it's against the Bolts. 6-on-4 power play coming up. Down by 2 with 50 seconds to play. The only problem with this is that there might not be enough time for the Oilers to get 2. You got to score off this power play, get it back down the other way, and past one of the best goalies in the entire National Hockey League. We'll see if they can do it, but a 6-on-4. 50 seconds left to play. It is Chernak for cross-checking. Face-off is won back then by the Bolts. Cirelli over then for Hagel. Hagel will try and clear. He'll do so successfully. Reminder, there is no icing. Bouchard with 35 to go. Up then for Ekholm, or at least they try to. Cirelli fires for the empty net. He hits it. Empty net goal for Anthony Cirelli. And that will do it for this one tonight. Man, I wanted Kucherov. Kucherov was out there. And then they took a freaking penalty. Anthony Cirelli with a multi-goal game as well. So Kucherov and Cirelli both have 2 goals tonight. And he throws this one away. 31 seconds to go in this third period. The inconsistency continues for the Oilers. The frustration is definitely there for sure. They're definitely frustrated. Face off at center then is won by the Bolts. Girgensons will backhand it down low. 20 seconds to go here in the third. So the Bolts will move into 4 points back of the Buffalo Sabres. They will take on the Calgary Flames tomorrow, but they now expand their win streak to 3 straight games with a big win over one of the best players in the entire National Hockey League. Your final score, Lightning 5 and Oilers 2. Kucherov and Cirelli with 2 multi-point games. I am not doing any streams tomorrow. We won't be live again until Thursday the 26th. So 5 days from now. But what a game that was and what a night this was. We started off with our 200 stream and unboxing of cards, some cake that I pretty much ate all of. Man, I love doing this. This is awesome. Can't wait for the playoffs. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I